What is going on, everyone? Today we are going to be talking about 3 keys to a successful launch, and I'm afraid that this video comes at the expense of me screwing up. So you get to learn from my screw up. Are you ready? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you can learn how I screwed up and how I'm gonna fix it next time. My name is Kris, the founder and CEO of ActiveAge Daytime Senior Care. Thank God I don't screw up every single day. Well, I do to some extent, but not this bad. So anyways, yesterday we decided to put in a new phone system. Well, we had made the plans a while back, but yesterday was the D-Day. I just didn't realize that we hadn't moved the tentative date back, and it caused a lot of frustration and a lot of things that could have been prevented. And looking back, it made me realize how important it is when we do something new, especially a major project like getting all new phone systems for the entire company. That's a big deal, right? That's leads, that's customers, that's employees, that's a lot of different people that are affected by this one decision that you're gonna make. So make sure you make the right decisions. Make sure you inform your team properly. So number 1 in this, these 3 keys of success is when you're launching a new software, you're launching a new product or a new service, and this is to your team, right? Internally to your team, or to support your franchisees, or to support, or maybe even out to your customer base, your existing customer base. You're gonna give them something new and you're gonna implement this new thing. 3 things to make sure that you are doing this successfully is number 1 is get your team involved in the decision-making process. Meaning, don't just assume as a leader in the organization, making leadership decisions that everyone at that particular location or in that department is on board with whatever that you're gonna do, or that they just need exactly what they have. Make sure you include them in the conversation. Find out, is there anything that they wish they had? Is there anything that they currently have that they wish was different? Learn about how you can make whatever implementation it is better. In our case, this was a new phone system. So, learning from each location, each department, each business's specific needs, is there anything that we could, a different type of phone, a cordless phone, a wireless phone? Do we need more Ethernet? Do we need more phones, period? Who should all have a user login? Who should all have an extension? Don't just copy and paste what you have. Go ask. This is an opportunity to find out what else they might need, okay? So make sure you take the time to learn what their needs are, because if you don't, you may give them something that they may not even want, or something that could have been better. Number 2 is communication, okay? So if you're gonna be launching this new product, this new service, in our case, again, a phone system, make sure that you're communicating with your entire team, your entire leadership team, as to where you're at, what stage in the process you're in. Are you in the early stage, the mid stage, the late stage? What stage of the process are you in? What expectations as far as a timeline do you have on this project? When is the expected date that you're going to implement it? Even if this changes, it's okay. It's better for them to have an idea that it's coming down the pipeline than it is to just all of a sudden be, all right, here's the day, tomorrow. And you're like, what? Give them a date, as far as a target, so that they can start planning for that in advance, and they can start maybe asking questions or start learning about maybe the system, so they're informed as to where you're at in the process. Now, if there's a delay or there's a reason why we gotta stop and we haven't implemented yet, or we gotta push it back a month, include them in that. Again, just making sure that they're aware of where you're at in the process, what stage you're in, and how does that affect them. Even if it's not gonna affect them, even if it doesn't matter, even if it has no direct effect on their daily operation, they're at least in the know. They're not out there, in the ocean, traveling the seas by themselves with no communication. No, they know where you stand, and they know what to at least expect. Even if it changes, it'll make it so much better for them. And number 3 is the implementation. Okay, now you got the date that you're going to implement it. Have you provided the appropriate training in advance? Have you made them aware of the things that they need to be aware of, the possible pitfalls, the the advantages, the way that the system works, the things that are going to be positives, the things that might be negatives? Have you made them aware of just what to expect and laid out the expectations of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between? Because we know that anytime we implement something new, especially when you're going from one system to another system, it causes all sorts of operational issues and it makes things more difficult. And at the end of the day, like, you already have enough problems as it is trying to run a business that, just changing a system out for a new system is creating new problems that have nothing to do with your business. Well, they do have to do with your business because it could be leads, it could be team members that might be affected by it, but the reality of it is it's not your core business, it's not what you do to get paid. So it's important, like in this case, to provide the right, implementation system, like in advance of the implementation date, as well as the support on the backside to make sure that there's dedicated people on your team to help support when this system gets put into place, if there's issues with it, if there's questions, if there's concerns, if there's things that are not working properly, that you have a support system around there to kind of go and get those questions answered, make the changes, make the fixes that you need on the back end of making it a new system change like this. So guys, this is so important. I cannot stress this enough. I royally screwed up and I gotta take ownership of my screw up. So I gotta make sure this doesn't happen ever again, and I will. But the reality of it is that this is an important learning lesson for anyone in a leadership position, and especially when you're a small company, like a startup, and you have a lot of decisions you're making, and you're making decisions fast, and you're making changes fast, because you're not this large organization that has to go through all these approval processes. Like you're making these decisions, like because you need this change, or you need to do this, you need to do that, and you need to do this, and things come up, and you're, all right, this would be better, let me get rid of that. Like all the stuff that happens in a small startup environment where you're more nimble can cause some concern, or can cause things to get missed or changes to happen without getting your team involved. And it's important that even if you are nimble, even if you can make decisions fast, that you at least get everyone on the same page with the decision that's being made and make sure that it's in alignment with the company's mission and their vision and their values. So anyways, guys, hope this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn more about opening up your very own adult daycare center, because like the other thing is too, is when you're opening up your own adult daycare center, you gotta do all this stuff by yourself, like trying to figure it out versus like getting the, all right, here's done for you, or here's the guide, or here's like what you do next. Make sure you go to adcpro.com to learn more, join our monthly webinars, join our private Facebook group, check out all of our YouTube videos, and if you're interested in learning more about the franchise, go to activeagecare.com/franchise. We'll see you on the next one. I gotta get back to work. I gotta go fix my screw up. You gotta get back to work. It's time to go. See ya. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click here. We'll see you guys next time.